I'm John Foubert, and I'm the Dean of the College of Education at Union University in Jackson, Tennessee in the United States. I do research on sexual assault and also on the harms of pornography. I was working in sexual assault prevention, and about 15 years ago, there was a time when I became aware that a number of the people I was working with to end sexual assault saw nothing wrong with pornography. And I didn't have much more than philosophical arguments to try to debate with them. And so I decided I needed to do more research on pornography and figure out if the literature said anything about the harms of pornography, and indeed it did. I think the violence in pornography is what shocked me the most. The regularity with which things like facial ejaculation takes place, and how that's been normalized. Also, the research showing that when a man hits a woman in pornography, almost all the time she responds with pleasure, or with no response at all. And so that particular study both surprised and saddened me, just in the sense that it seems that the pornography industry is deliberately trying to teach men that it's okay to hit women and that they like it. And that's just a travesty. My my best instincts tell me that the way that pornography is affecting society and sexuality is by making it more violent. When you have people who are learning about sex, watching violent images, and then sexually gratifying themselves to those violent images, it reinforces a process in their mind that this is acceptable. And so I really see today's pornography and the violence within it to be somehow making it okay to both objectify women and also to harm them in physically violent ways. I think sexual violence in particular is one of the things that pornography teaches. I mean, there are more than 50 studies out there that connect pornography and sexual violence. And it just seems to me that when you have that many studies, you don't need to do one more to figure out if the effect is there. And so being someone who has done research on sexual violence for 30 years and been active in the sexual assault prevention movement, it definitely concerns me greatly that we have something that's so commonly used that is helping to contribute to this huge problem of sexual violence throughout society. One of the things the research has shown is that the younger people start watching pornography, the more likely they are to become addicted to it. So as the ages get younger and younger, that's certainly a concern. And the younger they are, the more likely their so-called sexual template hasn't yet been formed in terms of them understanding what sex is and how it should progress. And so it it kind of frames for an individual what sex should be all about. And when the images they're looking at are violent in nature, it can lead to them thinking that that's natural, normal, and desirable. I think we may see rates of sexual violence rise, and especially as, I mean, it's hard to believe a society where pornography is more and more common or more and more violent. It's already at such an extreme level, but you could have, as I suppose, regular TV start showing things that are more blatantly pornographic, although a lot of what they show now is borderline. I don't think they think of it as objectionable. I think they confuse, well, that's not real rape, that's just rough sex. Well, and matter of fact, especially if where consent is not clear, it can be sexual violence, and that's highly objectionable and in fact illegal. I think a best case scenario is to get more age um, verification strategies in place, like we've seen recently in the United States and Texas, where Pornhub pulled out of Texas because they didn't want to do age verification, which is something that happened just this week. So I think that's an encouraging sign. I think over time, once men understand that their erectile dysfunction is directly connected to their pornography use, that they may stop using pornography more and more frequently, and may decide that what they'd rather have is a personal relationship with someone given their own moral standards, and not necessarily have a personal relationship with their iPhone and whatever images they can pull up.